Toy Tractor Times is at the 2019 National Farm Toy Show in Dyersville, Iowa. I'm here with Doug Lee from Can-Do, North Dakota. Doug, I had a chance to visit with you a couple years ago. You had a big display of sugar beet piling and where sugar beets are stored. What kind of display did you bring out this time?
This is a sugar beet harvest from the Red River Valley of North Dakota and western Minnesota.
So we've got the harvest going on, and it must be a very flat area, wide open spaces.
It is very flat, large acreage, very little trees along the fields. And this field there just started opening it up with the two harvesters and the toppers.
So when they're, well, I guess for this, they just run over it. So you have, I guess let's talk about the process. So what model tractor do we have here, and what kind of machinery?
It's a 7270R John Deere with a Alloway 12-row topper. The topper defoliates the sugar beets and prepares them to be lifted out of the ground by the harvester.
So it looks like this main box area, we can see the PTO drives. It must shred the leaves off the top here, and then what is being dragged behind here over the top of the beets?
That is called the scalpers. That takes a little bit off the crown of the sugar beet to remove as much foliage from the beet as possible to have the best storage. And there is 3 rows of flails that remove all the foliage and get it processed as much as possible.
And I notice the tractor has the John Deere Green Star on it, but you also have Green Star mounted here on the Alloway.
Yes, that is the implement guidance, and it will control the implement to maintain itself onto the 12 rows. And by doing that, it will steer the rear tires of the topper to maintain itself on all 12 rows all the time.
Okay. Now, when I think of 12 rows, I think of 12-row 30-inch corn. Is this on 30-inch spacing, or is it narrower? Or?
This is 22 inches.
Okay. So it's a little bit wider than an 8-row corn head for people that aren't as familiar.
Yep. 12 rows is about 24 feet.
Okay. So we come back here, and what kind of 8RT is on the harvester?
That is 8360 RT.
And it has the narrow belts on it.
Narrow 60-inch belts at 88-inch row spacing. Pulling an Artsway 12-row harvester.
So it looks like it's moving several tons of sugar beets here.
Yes. And basically it pulls the sugar beet out of the ground, processes it with the grab rolls, getting it to the rear Ferris wheel, to get it to the hopper on the harvester, and then it will unload into this H&S beet cart.
So I'll just kind of show our viewers here. So you have your lifters here that kind of pinch your beets, lift them up. They come through a chain system up the middle. We're going to see the wheel back here. That must be kind of cleaning them, tumbling them around to get the dirt off. And then it carries up to the top conveyor, which then conveys it over here into the cart. Now, I know I would call, I think a dump carts and sweet corn or silage. What do they call these carts when they're in sugar beets?
These are just, they call them beet carts up there. The benefit of this style is you get another chance of processing by scrubbing the beets with the elevator chains.
Okay.
To remove more dirt from the load.
And is there a certain brand that this is, or?
This is an H&S. It's a small manufacturer in northwestern Minnesota.
Okay.
And the reason there's a water tank on this beet cart is because there's water nozzles up at the end of the elevator that they'll spray water into the trucks to help remove some of the mud.
Okay.
For the next load.
And we can kind of jump across here to a truck that's about to be loaded. So they actually load the trucks on the go too from the...
They'll unload on the go, even just under the harvester itself. That way, with having the beet cart under the harvester, they have a larger
infield
storage tank. And then when it's too wet to even pull the trucks to the field, they'll just use the beet carts.
And what model 9RT is pulling the carts?
That is a 9560 RT.
Okay. Well, I imagine the tracks are the way to go when you're pulling this big heavy equipment.
Right.
Not trying to.
The beet carts can hold at least 30 tons, so that's a lot of weight to be pulling through wet ground.
So I notice on this one, the water tank is mounted on the back of the beet cart, and this one has tracks, and the one on the other side has tires. Show people here.
That one.
So now how many tons do they try to put on the truck? Is it basically one of these carts, or is it?
It can be one of the carts. Maybe a little bit more just to stay under the legal weight.
And then when you have rich soil like this, I imagine it's soft. I see you've got another wheeled 9R here with a safety tow on it, or?
Yep, that was a 9560 with a safety pole. And that will be used mainly to pull the trucks to the field safely and efficiently. As well, the international trucks have the tow bars on the front bumper.
We can look here. There's the tow bar right there, and then this tractor would drive out with this bar and drop it down or hook into it, because it doesn't take very much when these things are loaded. If it's even a little bit greasy, the truck's going to spin out. So I guess they would kind of hook here onto the driveway and get them up to the road there.
Road at least and on hook.
So how many trucks does it take to keep up with this much material flowing out into the field?
It depends on how close you are to the piling site. But usually, minimum 6 to probably at least 12 trucks.
Does it take long to unload at the piling site? I know, like, a big corn going to the elevator could be 3-4 hours sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on the lines at the piler. So that's why having more trucks is a benefit for having them wait there so long.
So it looks like we've got a few pickup trucks here, and this one looks like it's got the generator and stuff on it. Or?
Yep, the white pickup would be the field agronomist for the co-op. They
Okay.
come out and check on the farmer, see how the crop's yielding and the quality of the sugar beet. And the black would be just the black truck would be just the farm's service truck.
Okay. 4 doors, so you get a couple people out to the field in the morning.
Right.
Now I see you've got some piles of dirt here on the headlands.
Yeah, that's when they go to the piler and they finish unloading their load. They pull ahead and the piler collects all the tear dirt from their load, and they'll return back to the fields with that dirt. Because the co-op doesn't want to pay for the tonnage of dirt that they collect.
Sure. Well, there's only so much dirt to go around. So I imagine, so we've got a truck coming back to the field, pulling in, and we can see it has just a little bit of dirt in the back there. That's a nice detail to know about. And then I imagine is this like a old shop building or storage?
This would have been an old farmyard that they had tore everything out and they decided to leave the building to have some storage for smaller implements or their recreational vehicles.
Always good to have a place to tuck stuff away. What kind of grain auger is here?
That's a Brandt 10-inch auger. It's built by Grant Peterson.
Oh, very nice. I imagine you could store a little grain in that building too if you needed to.
Right.
Well, Doug, congratulations also on placing 3rd this year at the show, and I look forward to seeing what you dream up next.
Thanks.
Thank you. And for our Toy Tractor Times viewers that are interested in learning more about the piling process after these beets leave the field, I will put a link in the description area of this video, as well as an end screen, so you can see Doug's previous work in showing that storage, because it's very impressive, the mountains that they make of all these beets coming out. If you would like to learn more about customs and collecting and farm toys, make sure to visit toytractortimes.com, where thousands of collectors share projects, tips, and ideas. And as always, thank you for watching Toy Tractor Times on YouTube.